animals and microbial cells, and is expected to spend several days in space. Tessa Lawton has more.
The Chinese-built Shenzhou-2 was launched in the early hours of this morning aboard a Long March 2F rocket in temperatures of -13 degrees Celsius. It's the second test flight of a craft intended to carry astronauts. It follows a mission in November 1999 by Shenzhou-1, China's first unmanned spaceship, which orbited Earth 14 times before landing safely 21 hours later. The construction of Shenzhou-2 is said to be almost identical to that of a piloted spacecraft, as the Chinese space program works towards its prestigious goal of joining the United States and Russia as the only countries to put a person in space. Last month, state media said China aimed to do so within 5 years, and a spokesman is quoted as saying the country's first batch of astronauts were undergoing intensive training. In November, China spelled out plans to be a major player in space, with the policy document shedding light on its ambitious program to ultimately send a man to the moon. The only passengers on this flight are a group of unspecified animals and microbial cells, which will be used for a series of experiments in space. Tessa Lawton, TVB News.
In Beijing, 3 followers of the outlawed Falun Gong movement were sentenced to as long as 6 years in prison. The Beijing court that handed down the sentences yesterday found 3 people guilty of printing and distributing materials protesting the government's crackdown on the group. According to state-run television, the 3 were sentenced to 6 years, 4 years, and 3 years in prison, respectively. All were accused of using an evil cult to destroy the implementation of laws. Yesterday, an editorial in the Communist Party newspaper, People's Daily, accused the Falun Gong movement of serving the interest of